So I'm the talking head for Mel Clarke. Mel Clarke is down in the Smith Mountain Lake area. And hello, Mel. Merry Christmas to you and Sheila. And we're going to talk a little bit about Mel's radio.
Right. You want the script or shall I do it?
I'll do the script. So I'm going to ad-lib this script. Well, we get the computers up and running, maybe. And if we don't, Mel, imagine this is what we're going to be talking about. In 1963, in high school, Mel built a 5-tube radio. That was his science project. And it worked. It was kind of cool. And he kept it all these years. In a couple years ago, he decided to recap it and to, if you will, spiffy it up. And the pictures will look a lot better when we get them up on the screen. But the good news is he was very successful in making the radio work as a AM radio, commercial band radio. That's the script, or do you want me to read it more? I don't have my glasses.
Okay, well, many of you remember table radios, vacuum tube table radios that had 5 tubes in them. They were called All-American 5s. And how many here have ever owned an All-American 5, worked on them? You remember what they are. They were table radios that everybody had as clock radios and kitchen radios. They didn't have power transformers. They were AC/DC powered. And does anybody here remember the old Hallicrafters S38 series radios? That was my first amateur radio receiver. I had it for a couple of years. And that was an All-American 5 that was built to tune shortwave. Okay, well, anyway, so there's a beautiful thing. He built the radio and the case for it. And you can see it has old-timey knobs on it. So he recently decided to work on it a little bit, and these are the new pieces that he put in the electronics, the capacitors, a new polarized cord. Those of you who have worked on old radios recognize these immediately. Next. That's the underside of the radio. That looks very much like an All-American 5, any All-American 5. Next. There's the top of it. Notice he's got the old World War II style metal tubes, octal tubes that plugged in. On the two on the right are not metal, but they're all old octal tubes from about the World War II time frame. Next. This is the radio as he has fixed it up. He's put nice modern knobs on there. He has put a dial on there that a friend was able to make for him, and it's even got his high school mascot on the dial. So, and it works great. Works better than it ever did. So I hope I got that right, Mel. Thank you for sending these pictures and sharing this project with us.